And we're back. Um, we're back. So we did break the streak for most points in an NHL season. But I still don't see anyone. But yeah, we did break the points record of all time, breaking the record held by the Bruins in real life. 136 points. We win the President's Trophy. We have 4.68 goals for. Which would put us pretty high, about 10th all time. And goals against was 2.55. Very impressive. Our power play percentage was 36.6%. Our power play percent was 36.6%. Our penalty kill was 80.1%, around the top of the league. Our home record was 33-5-3. Our away record was 31-5-5. Points, Stützle ended up leading the team with 118. Tarasenko with 116 points. So his second best season of his career comes at the age of 36. Cole Caulfield, in his first season as a Ottawa Senator, breaks his career high and he gets 104 points. Incredible. Kachuk 91, Tage Thompson 83, Bennett 78, Sanderson 76, Chabot 70, Trainer 66, Pinto 55, Gallant 51, Ritchie 32, Swenson 29, Tatar 27. The scoring was there. And in net, 923 percentage is his final percentage. So still really good though. Let's see who ended up winning the Art Ross. Entire league. Stützle won the Art Ross yet again. And most goals for was Cody Smith. Impressive stuff from him as well. Griffith, Bedard, Miroshnichenko, Yeager, Dylan Strome, Cody Smith, Cole Caulfield, Adi Jan, Jake Gensel, Hoglander, Matthews, Sillinger, Duclair, Johnston. Fantilli, Eichel, Kuznetsov, Cooley, Pedersen, Watermelon, Barzal, Coronado, Brady Tkachuk, Kuzmenko. Looking at defensemen, Jacob Chychrun led the league, but Cale Makar had a better plus-minus, and he played 3 games less, and just 2 points less. So I would argue James Norris should go to Cale Makar. Jake Sanderson's up there, as well as Thomas Chabot's up there as well. Goalies, the Vezina has to go to Adil Baig. Although Swaros also had a great season himself, and he played for a bad Nashville team. But it has to go to Adil Baig. A Calder will go to Declan Eves with 49 points. He's a medium franchise player. Rookie goalies. Was there any good goalies? Yeah, actually Timo Nurmi. Wow. What a rookie season for him. 65 games played. I think the Calder should actually go to this goaltender rather than rookie skaters. I see one viewer. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, even though we didn't break the wins record, we did break the points record. We broke the points record with 136. Stützle ended up winning the Art Ross. Tarasenko 116 points, 300 point scorers, and 5 players above point per game. Look at that. A 36-year-old was second in the NHL in scoring. Madness. You gotta love Tarasenko, baby. I hope we get a cup. With those stats, let's see, around the league, the Bruins were good. Avalanche, Golden Knights, so it's still the same bunch of teams that have been good for a long time. Which makes sense. Looking at the draft class, there's some steals in here. There are some steals in here, indeed. Like Mr. Johan Holmstrom, who's just 2 years away from the NHL. And medium elite. Some medium elite goaltenders, those are always nice to have. But I'm just licking my lips at the thought of drafting Holmstrom. Oh, this is also a steal. Eric Cook, NHL ready in the second round. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. He's NHL ready, unlike the rest of these guys who are 3 years away. That's huge. The draft looks pretty stacked as usual. Now we're gonna do one check-in on the custom players. Red Boy, are you the one watching, or So the first watch listed player, one of our custom players, Slim Shady. Supposedly the best defenseman of all time. This was an experiment that Slim did. So this is the custom players. You're gonna like this because it includes Tiny Stolars. So Slim said, I want all defense stats. But look at Slim's stats. He's an absolute choker. -73 in his career. Not only does he not play defense, but he also doesn't play offense. He hasn't had a single positive season. And the 2 times he made the playoffs, he was garbage. Then there's Commander Data, the 99 overall. Ouch. This was a rough season for Commander Data. This was his worst season yet. He's been great, but this season he had just 77 points. Ouch. That's gotta hurt. Still though, he's having a great career so far. But in the playoffs, he always loses to us. Always. Then Chikrin, you know, we let him walk in free agency after 8 beautiful seasons with us. He was a great 70-point player. And then he has the best season of his career, does Chikrin. Chikrin also choked last season. It was Chikrin and Brady Tkachuk. Look at this contract, by the way. 12.6 for 7 seasons. Whoops, I accidentally exited. Let's continue looking at the watch listed. Clinton Griffith, of course. Red Boy, you obviously know. Clinton Griffith was the Seattle legend. He is an absolute stud. Look at this. 134, 113, 111, 121, 114, 113. He's a lock for 110 points per season. Yep. And he's always a lock for about 50 goals too. His record is 72 goals. Insanity. 706 points in his 492 games. And in the playoffs, he's good as well. Then you have Adi Jan. I had a great season. I've been getting better and better. I don't know why you left me though. You know Tiny Stolars was initially on the Devils, right? But then he left. We could have been such a dynamic duo, me and you. I started off slow, but then 74, 74, 96, and now 104. Yeah. Then there's JK NHL. He's pretty good. He's still pretty good. 86 points in his last season. Yep. He was. Look at this contract. 13 million for 5 seasons. Drake Batherson, we traded him for 3 first-round picks. I'm so glad I traded him. Look at this. His first season, he was great, 55 points. Then he was not so good. Then he was good out of nowhere. So then I traded him for 3 first-round picks to Anaheim, and now he's struggling in Anaheim. That was a fleece of a trade for us. So here it is, Tiny Stolars. That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. He's been a beast. Look, he started his career with the Devils. He started his career with Adi Jan in the Devils. Then he was like, alright, I'm out. So then he signed with Commander Data and the Montreal Canadiens. And then he was like, no, I don't want to be on a team with a different superstar. I want to be the superstar. So then he signed with Calgary. This was his worst season, actually. 82 points in 82 games. And hey, if that's your worst season, then you must be a pretty good player. In the playoffs, he's only made the playoffs twice in his career. But when he makes the playoffs, he's been really good. Here's Eli Tolvanen. We traded him for a first-round pick and what's his name? We traded him for Nick Ritchie. And this move, allowed us to get the cap space to sign Tarasenko. $6 million for 5 years. He had some great seasons with us, but I think that was because he was playing with Tarasenko and Brady Tkachuk. Look at this. So initially I signed him in free agency as a depth sort of guy. He put up 33 points. Then the next season he was garbage. Then out of nowhere he put up 53 points on like the third line because he was getting power play time. Then he became a really good player, 78 points and 88 points. But he took a huge fall. What a terrible season for Eli Tolvanen. He wants to forget this season. Just 33 points and a negative 25. Yikes. Josh Norris, he's kind of whatever. He's just a depth guy. He had some good seasons with us. Emilio NHL is one of the custom players, but he didn't pan out. Artem Zub, we traded him to the Oilers. He was good with us. And the last custom player, Watermelon. He had his best season to date, 92 points in this season. He's been getting better and better. 48, then 68, then 70, then 64, then 82, then 92. And here's the goalies. I have a lot of goalies pinned because there's prospects that I traded. All these guys have been drafted by us. Well, besides Joshua Dubois. He's a custom player. But honestly, goaltender stats aren't impressive anyway, so whatever. Yep. Lots of goalies. But yeah, Stützle, I don't know if you saw, but here are the final stats. Stützle with 118, Tarasenko with 116. This is his second best season of his career at the age of 36. What a mad lad. '76, '76, then '96, 122, '82, '98, '95, 104, 116. He's so good. Yeah, probably. Stützle, look at Stützle. He's been the best player in this entire franchise mode. That 147 point season is still crazy. 63 power play points, by the way, that season. He already has 996 points. He's 4 points away from 1,000 already. And he's just 27. Look at that. Cole Caulfield, 104 points on the second line. In his first year with Ottawa, in Montreal he was good. He was a 70-point, 80-point type player. But in Ottawa, already, on the second line, 104 points. Just wait until he gets to that first line. Brady Tkachuk, 91. Tage Thompson, 83. Sam Bennett, 78. Jake Sanderson, 76 points. That's a career high for Jake Sanderson, as he beats his old career high easily. Thomas Chabot, 70 points. Vayat Trainer, 66 points on the third line. Pinto, Gallant, Ritchie, Swenson. So essentially, Tolvanen scored one less point than Nick Ritchie, and we got a first-round pick, and we signed Tarasenko, who had 116 points. What a fleece of a trade. What a team. And look at this goaltender. 923 save percentage. 2.22 GAA. 6 shutouts. We did break the record for most points ever. 136. We broke the record for most points ever. It's a shame we didn't break the record for most wins ever. We choked it. Look at this goals for. 4.68 goals for per game. 2.55 against. Our power play percentage, 36.6%. And our penalty kill percentage was among the best too. 80.1%. Here, just one last thing I want to show you before I end this stream. Yes, sir. Here, wait, just one last thing, Red Boy. Look at this. Stützle won the Art Ross. Tarasenko was second. Stützle, Tarasenko. Bedard, Griffith. These are the two most crazy dynamic duos. Bedard, Griffith, and then Tarasenko and Stützle. This is the work of custom editing, by the way. Yeah, this team is for real crazy. And defenseman, Sanderson's up there, and Chabot's up there too. And goalies, of course. Best numbers in the league. Anyway, I'm actually wrapping up the stream myself as well, Red Boy. So, okay, so this is cool. So, this franchise mode, for the first time ever, I used, high scoring rather than medium. Normally I use medium scoring, but I used high. Because in the real world, like McDavid and Draisaitl put up like 140 points, right? So I want it to be more realistic. Yeah, exactly. I think it's more realistic this way. Anyway, I'll hopefully you can make it to the playoffs, man. I'll see you in the playoffs. 'Cause I'm wrapping up the stream here, as I think this is a good endpoint. See ya, man. Yes, sir. Hopefully we win the playoffs. This team is nuts. Anyway, see ya.